Have you ever wondered what is behind the case to see our gimbals? So the ratcheting effect and the tension are these two like metal straps right here. We can make adjustments to the gimbals. We can adjust the springiness. We can also adjust the ratchet effect or no ratchet effect. And we can do all this through little access holes on the back of the transmitters. There's one right there, and there's another one down there. Other transmitters, you have to take it apart to get to the adjustment screws. And, it even says that in the directions, take the case apart. But let me give you guys a behind the scenes look at a couple gimbals. These came out of a DX7S. And if you look closely, it says roll and fan speed and what the heck, and pan and tilt. What the heck? Why would it say that? I'll explain. It's pretty cool. That's actually how I got my first DX7S, pretty much dirt cheap. Hang on, let me get this up in a little holder for you, get you zoomed in, and we'll take a look at the guts. I think these are Hall effect gimbals. Right quick before we get it into the stand for our operation, our procedure here. So here's a DX7S, and you can look at the gimbals. You can tell there's no screw in the center of it. You can tell that they match. So these came out of a DX7S, and I got them for replacements for this one. Alright, I got us one up on the chopping block here. So this will be the left stick, so this is the throttle, up and down there. And then your rudder would be left and right. And it says roll and pan speed. So there's a older, I guess a high dollar drone or a quad that was for filming, for maybe like for cinema filming, back before DJI had a huge name, and it was called Free Fly. And they had a drone that filmed, and I think they called it the Movi, M-O-V-I, the Free Fly Movi. Well, the DX7S was the transmitter that came with it. I don't know that the transmitter flew the drone, but I know the transmitter controlled the camera. Maybe someone else flew it and someone else controlled the camera, because my first DX7S that I got had stickers like this all over it. Even on the switches were like for the flash and different stuff. So the DX7S controlled the camera for sure. This one has a pan and tilt on it. So I got my first DX7S for like dirt cheap, because the person on eBay did not have it advertised as for flying airplanes. It was, if you need an older Free Fly Movi transmitter, I got one. So there you go, and I just peeled my stickers off. So what's behind this thing? They call this a Hall effect gimbal. I think the Hall effect is the bearings, and the potentiometers are digital, kind of like a digital servo. You can see the bearings in there. So the ratcheting effect and the tension are these two like metal straps right here, and how you would change that when you pull the plug out on the back of the transmitter. The plug is accessing these two screws, and when you adjust the two screws, you would get different effects. So this outside one right here is the tension, like how tough it is to move the stick, and the second one is the ratcheting. You can see it has a little indentation in it, and that rides on the wheel going back and forth that has some gears in it, and that's how you get the ratchet. So if you want to get rid of the ratcheting, you would loosen this screw up. The ratcheting effect is gone, and there's really not much resistance on it. And if you wanted to give it a little more resistance, you would turn that one in. Now it's pretty tough to do there. If you didn't want any resistance for whatever reason, see, it's falling down on its own. And my lights never help you guys. I was trying to get you in here so you can really see it. There's some springs in there also, and a couple more screws. So this is one potentiometer for that movement. And there's another one right there for that movement. Pretty cool just to see the back side of our sticks that were always flying. Tighten these guys back up so they just don't fall off. Looks like I can take this cage off and we can really see something. That'd be cool. I'd like to see that also. Yeah, let me get these out. Alright, I took these 4 screws out. And then I clamped it in there. I think. There we go. Now we can really see what's going on in here. What's going on in here? I believe these are bearings right here. So I guess if you see a transmitter advertising it with bearings, yeah, I can see the little ball bearings in there. And I believe they're called Hall Effect. Kind of smooth. And then the springiness, you would adjust this screw here and it would either tighten the spring or loosen it. So let's see here. If I tighten it, looks like it's pulling up and making it more springy. Yep, don't want to keep it too loose. Spring could pop off. And then there's another screw right here. That's for a stop. In case you were changing this to like a mode 2 or 1 or a different mode, you could change the stops. So we got that spring, and then we got this spring right here that this screw changes. Oop, right there, I'm pushing on the wrong thing, Sean. So all kinds of cool things in here. So this one, you tighten it and puts more tension on the screw. You loosen it up, and it wasn't doing a whole lot there. Probably need to change something with this stop first. I don't know. We're not gonna go any farther than that, but that's pretty cool. Looks like the whole shebang is sitting there with just a couple more screws too. Well, there you go, guys. There's the behind-the-scenes look at one of our gimbals. I'm sure they haven't changed much throughout the years. We can see what's behind this sensor, potentiometer, whatever you want to call it. We'll take that out real quick. Well, let's take that guy out and see what it does, huh? Well, how do you get it off? Just like so. Just like so. I found it, and there it is. So it just twists back and forth, and then tells the transmitter what position you put it in. And it looks like it plugs into a slot on there. Be a little tougher to get that inside one out. Well, there you go. There's the behind the scenes look at one of our gimbals. Thank you guys. Hey, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff is the best way to support me. At 20,000 subscribers, I'm giving away 3 jets, and you need to be subscribed to enter. Happy flying, guys. I'll see you next time.